Hey guys, I wanted to talk about when people say, oh, Regina shouldn't have agreed to the fact that she was doing drugs or that she is doing drugs. I feel like people don't understand what it feels like to be dealing with a narcissist. A lot of times, people don't realize that the only way to deal with a narcissist is by being an honest person. Like, you really need to be able to just be very honest. This is because the narcissists themselves, they're schemers, they're conniving, they're deceptive, they are always like in their minds, they feel like they're very smart, so they're planning ahead, they are very, very calculating, so they have the things that they want to use to control you. They can mix and manipulate, they can put a little bit of truth, 1% of truth in like 98% or 99% of lies. So it's like their way that mixing up is something that can be very confusing to someone listening, right? So whereas there is a part where it's actually true that Regina did drugs, but then there's a lot of lies within it. I did not hit her, I was not around, all those kind of things. So by bringing up that one that everybody actually feels like, oh, it's possible because she did not look stable, she did not look. So now it's like that in itself has the tendency to swallow up every other thing this person is saying, and being raped and being injected and being forced. Like she's saying, this is the dangerous things that are happening to a human being, right? Sexual abuse and exploitation, but then they're using the drugs to cover up. So her ability to tell the truth and say, yes, I did this, is disarmed. It has disarmed the narcissist, because now this is the one thing the narcissist just needs, one thing, and they like to find people that have that kind of weakness, because that weakness becomes something, a point that they want to use to swallow up everything. It becomes their cover. Any little thing, they'll bring that up. Any little thing, they'll bring that up. So for them, it's the cover. Any little thing. He has brought out her toxicology reports. It's their cover. It's the thing that will cover all of the evil things that this person is doing. And a lot of times, because women in our society, we're still sort of ashamed. If a woman is dealing with substance abuse issues, there's this societal, shame on you, a woman. So it's like that shame. The person then cowers. And then the man continues, or whoever it is, whether it's a man or a woman, they then continue to. So it's like a point of control. So the person's ability to actually be like, yes, I dealt with this, yes. So I dealt with it, yes. I'm no longer dealing with it, or I'm still struggling with it. Just confirming that is like you've disarmed the person. I've confirmed, yeah, I did that. However, let's talk about what you've been doing. Let's talk about you raping me. Let's talk about you forcing me. Let's talk about you. That is the bone of contention. The bone of contention is the behaviors and the things you've been doing to this person, not what you're using to kind of like, what's that word? I'm looking for an English word that just talks about, you just putting something and waving it in other people's faces so they don't see the evil that you're doing. You want to use that one to just divert attention, distract everybody. Oh yeah, she's doing drugs. This is her toxicology. Yeah. Fine. Yes, I did all of those things. However, can we talk about these things that you've been doing? Can we talk about the fact that you even used to encourage me to do the drugs, that you will rape me? Can we talk about those things? Those things are the things that need to be talked about, and the things that nobody wants to talk about. We want to kind of cover it. The man wants to cover it. The society wants to cover it. Let's talk about those things. The fact that when she was high, you will rape her. That is the main problem. So it was okay as long as she was your sex slave. It was okay as long as she was the slave that you wanted her to be. But the moment she rises up and she's like, no, I don't want that, then you bring it up. Toxicology report. Oshe, toxicology master. Oshe, well done. A lot of Nigerian men, unfortunately, are narcissists because, like I said in one of my posts, I feel like our society in general breeds that behavior where the men are okay being deceitful, calculating, deceptive, lacking accountability. You cannot ask me any question, somebody can control you and do all of it. Like, we breed that kind of bad behavior, all right? So a lot of times when you're dealing with people like this, they use everything against you. So the narcissist that Regina was dealing with, it's probably the person that knows about what she's doing. The way narcissists in that kind of scenario, in that kind of context where a woman has something that she's doing or has a weakness, the way that they are is that in that scenario, as long as it benefits them, which the girl has talked about, where it benefits her when she's giving him sex and he feels like, oh, she's wild, or she likes when she's wild. When it benefits them, they are good. They are happy. But once it's not benefiting them in any way, maybe she says she doesn't want to have sex or she doesn't want again, that's when that thing comes up. That's when it now becomes something like a tool. So it becomes you know inside the relationship that this has now become a manipulation tool. Do you understand? So even though an outsider might be like, oh, he's fighting for his wife, he doesn't want his wife to be on drugs, the person that is dealing with the man knows that you and I know that this is not what this is about. So an outsider can look at it and be like, oh, but this person is fighting for his wife, he's fighting for... But the wife and the man, two of them know. We know that this is not what this is about. We know that this is about that because I don't want this thing, you're not using it as a means to, you report the person, you can report her, go, scatter her name everywhere. Oh, she's doing drugs, she's doing this, she's doing that one, so that you can tarnish her image. Whereas inside, it's almost like it's okay as long as you're giving me what I want. As long as, you know, when you're high, you're giving me the sex as much as I want. It's twisted. It's never really about the person being honest and saying, oh, my wife has it. Because if it was about the fact that the person's wife had a problem, the person would be seeking solutions. It's not doing it for the public, but seeking it in private. In fact, a lot of times you'll find in situations where someone who has a dependency issue is dealing with the narcissist within does not even want them to go to rehab. Because in their mind, that person going to rehab is going to be taking away their point of control. So a lot of times they just want to talk about it outside, but inside they the kind of people that will tell the person, you don't actually need this thing, just stop it, you can just stop it, you don't really need it, or maybe just take a little. So they are still in that place where they are still trying to control that person. So they're still telling the person, you can just have only a little. So they're still it's crazy. That's all I'm going to say. And when it comes to people saying now that she has disclosed it, they're not going to give her the children. I don't know about the Nigerian system, but I can tell you about the UK system or the system abroad. What they really want to see is this mom ready to what is she doing? What is the person doing? Whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, what is this parent doing? Are they engaging help? Are they in rehab? Are they engaging help? Not that they are forcing you. There's a way that somebody is engaging help. They're the ones looking for it. They're the ones going and, because they're like, I really need help. I really want to be a better parent. I don't want this to be my story. I want to, like, you will fight to be the parent that your children need. That's what they want to see. But when a person is involved with someone like a narcissist, they try very hard to not make that side of that person be seen, that side that is striving to want to be the parent that their children need. They want to cover it up. They want the narrative to just be that this person is dependent on something. No. A lot of times, most moms, is except people who are just really mentally weak, that just need that extra help, But a lot of times, most parents or, most mothers, let me use mothers because I don't know about men, but most mothers who have had like substance issues or who have had trouble around where the substance thing is about to remove their children from their lives, they are fighting with their entire lives. Like, I cannot be this person. This is not going to be my story. Anyway, I just wanted to say that, okay? And Regina, just keep fighting. Keep fighting. You're young. Don't allow anything to hinder you. All these things that, people are doing now. Please, if you can be clean, stay clean, leave all these things is nothing. You have a purpose in God. Please go into God, especially when you're dealing with this kind of person that you're dealing with. Run into God. Oh, this one that you even went and they initiated you and be doing what, giving you something to drink, you're wearing white clothes. You need God. Run into God. Leave all these things. I know you're an actress. There's a glam lifestyle in it. Just find God in all of this. There are preachers, teachers that can reach you, that speak to, because I know there are lots of like actors and actresses who are exposed to these lifestyles, but who also have preachers, pastors, people like Pastor Bolaji Dowu, people like Apostle Joshua Selman, or just people who can really reach them. I feel like Pastor Bolaji, how can I know? Pastor Flourish has a way of speaking to these people. He speaks directly. I feel like his style of promoting the gospel. Even the word that he has, is the pure gospel. He's not preaching religion, and you come and tie your head, you come and remove your lipstick. No, that's not gospel. That's not gospel. Gospel is not remove your earring. Gospel is Jesus. And someone like Pastor Flourish is teaching it in its purity. And that purity is the purity that religious Nigerians, they might be like, this one, are they really preaching? Wait, are they really preaching the gospel? Look at the people, look at the actresses that are there. Those kind of places are people that you need. People like Pastor Flourish, people that can speak the gospel to you in a way that it will transform you from within. And that within will come out, not the one that they want you to transform first on the surface. Transform, remove your earring first, remove your, remove, say I'm no more acting. Then inside you're still struggling with things, No. This Jesus that Pastor Flourish Peters is teaching, it goes from within. And as it's dismantling things, dismantling desires, dismantling tastes, addictions, things that have stayed there as you're in showing that the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, as you're speaking it, as you're engaging with that mindset, your metanoia, you're changing from your mind. The renewing of the mind is happening. You're changing. People are wondering, wait till they worry this one. You will change so much that in 2 years you look back and you'll be like, how did it happen? It's renewal of the mind. And because you engage with the true gospel, not the religious Nigerian gospel. All right. That's all. I didn't know how I went there. I'm glad I went there. All right. Okay. So bye.